The suspect was taken down.
David, the suspect is a...
The suspect.
Police said a suspect.
Officers located the suspect in a creek area here.
The suspect here.
Hey guys, are you ready for some high-speed, heart-pumping action? Because in this video, we're counting down the top 5 wildest police chases of 2022 that will have you on the edge of your seat. We're talking about everything from stolen party buses to high-speed pursuits that will make your heart skip a beat. And if you thought that was wild, wait until you see the big rig exploding in flames during a chase. At number 5 on our list, there's a crazy police chase involving a stolen party bus in Southern California. The whole thing began when a woman stole the party bus and started driving it. Soon after, the bus was reported stolen, and the police quickly sprang into action. But unfortunately, the woman was already long gone and driving at an incredible speed of 80 miles per hour. It took the highway patrol over an hour to get a lead on the stolen party bus, but finally, they spotted it. The woman had driven over 110 miles from San Diego and was now in Torrance. The chase was already intense, but things got even crazier when the party bus ended up crashing into the back of a car on the freeway. The impact was so intense that the bus went flying onto the other side of the road, but thankfully, no other vehicles collided with the rogue bus, and everyone was able to avoid a major accident. After the collision, the bus was in such rough shape that it couldn't go any further.
You can bump it up, but I... Whoa! Whoa! Yep.
With no other options left, the driver had to surrender to the police. She was later charged with auto theft and evasion of arrest. Meanwhile, the person who was in the car that got hit by the bus had to be treated for their injuries.
As the people from that white truck. So, look at that car. That trunk completely gone. That was a pretty hard hit. Hopefully they're going to be okay.
Coming in at number 4 on our list, we have a cow who decided to take a stroll on the freeway. That's right, folks. A cow found itself wandering onto the busy road, causing quite the commotion.
Cow on the roadway, that is right. I've got no beef with this story, I can tell you that, Bobby. It is happening out here in the Lakeview Terrace area. It was actually on the 210.
It all started when a cow was spotted taking a stroll on the freeway in the Lakeview Terrace area. Can you believe it? Well, the good news is that the Animal Control and California Highway Patrol came to the rescue and worked together to get that cow off the highway. After several minutes, the cow wound up in a parking lot nearby.
Once the bovine seemed to be corralled in this parking lot, LA Animal Services and others believed they could capture this deer here and bring him to safety.
One of the officials attempted to apprehend the animal using a lasso or some kind of rope, but let me tell you, that cow wasn't having any of it. It ended up wandering onto a nearby lawn. Fortunately, 2 guys showed up to help and managed to rope the animal. The authorities think the cow got loose on the freeway because the truck driver broke down and someone accidentally opened the door latch. Either way, the cow's now safe and sound in a pen. At number 3 on our list, we have a daring motorcyclist who led authorities on a thrilling pursuit through 2 counties. The California Highway Patrol began chasing an overspeeding motorcyclist in Los Alamitos. The suspect led them on a thrilling pursuit that lasted for miles. At one point during the chase, the motorcyclist reached speeds of up to 90 miles per hour, leaving the officers in hot pursuit. The chase took a crazy turn when the suspect made a bold move and went off-road, taking a shortcut over a hiking trail. But eventually, the suspect emerged back onto the surface streets, and the pursuit continued.
Here we go. There we go, Bobby. There you go. We're in the Elysian Park area. Yeah, definitely Elysian Park. Making our way actually into the Elysian Park area. I'm trying to look out the window.
After a while, the suspect finally realized that he couldn't keep running forever. He eventually came to a stop at an apartment building in the alley. That's when the highway patrol officers tackled him and took him into custody. Thankfully, nobody was hurt during the chase, and the suspect was apprehended without incident.
Yep, just stops. Just officers helping the gentleman to comply right there. But this is one of those things. He just made that decision. All right, I'm done. And law enforcement, well, we're all people, and they've been working that motorcycle, working to keep the public safe. Probably a lot of adrenaline.
Number 2 on our list is a crazy car chase involving 4 burglary suspects who led the authorities on a high-speed pursuit. It all started when the California Highway Patrol began chasing a BMW with 4 suspects inside. The suspects were wanted for a residential burglary that had turned into a robbery. The chase was so intense, with the driver weaving through traffic at high speeds. The pursuit got pretty wild as the suspect hit a car that was in their way and tried to keep going. They even hit at least 3 other cars during the chase.
Whoa, no, no, no! Oh, no, 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 no!
The chase went on for over an hour, which is a really long time to be on the run. After a while, the car lost its right front tire, but it still kept on going on the freeway like nothing happened. Then, it lost the use of its right front wheel, and it got jammed in the wheel well, causing sparks to fly out from the right front wheel well. Eventually, the vehicle lost its back bumper as the chase continued. The car chase was reaching its peak.
He needs to slow this thing down before this becomes something other than what we're seeing right now. Definitely that wheel's starting to come apart, and eventually, as soon as you start hitting those brakes, you know that rim is going to start coming apart. Once a piece comes off, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. So he's going to lose his front wheel, and is still trying to push this car, still trying to push it. We're going to clean this shot up, but yep, that wheel is completely off the spindle and wrapped around there, and he is still driving at freeway speeds.
When the suspect lost control of the vehicle and crashed into the back of a truck. After the crash,
something is definitely changing. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, oh, oh.
2 of the suspects took off running on foot while the other 2 stayed in the car. The 2 suspects who fled from the crashed car started sprinting across all lanes of traffic. It was a really dangerous situation. One of the suspects even narrowly avoided being hit by a car.
Doors open. Is he really going to try to run? Oh, what's CHP doing? Okay. Jesus, guys. 2 people inside. We were asked by law enforcement to keep an eye on the passenger.
In the end, both suspects who fled from the crashed car were taken into custody by the authorities. The other 2 suspects who stayed in the vehicle were also subsequently detained. It was a relief that everyone involved was brought to justice and no one was hurt during the incident. At number 1 on our list, as you may have guessed, was a police chase involving a big rig that took a dangerous turn when the truck suddenly exploded into flames. It all started with a big rig that was stolen out of Kern County. The driver was on the run, and the California Highway Patrol was in pursuit. During the chase, the authorities tried a few times to use spike strips on the freeway, but it didn't seem to work at first. However, eventually, the big rig hit one of the sets of spike strips that had been laid out on the roadway. As a result, one of the tires came off from the front right passenger side of the vehicle. It was a risky move, but it helped to slow down the vehicle. Although the vehicle slowed down, the driver had no intention of stopping.
Onto that cab, there would be 18 wheels. That's why we call it an 18-wheeler. This is a Volvo cab here, a very high-end. There it goes. Wow, already off. Successful.
That was quick.
Yeah, and now literally on the rim there.
He just kept on driving, determined to keep going no matter what. At one point during the chase, the driver was seen writing something on a piece of paper and holding it up to the windshield. It's unclear what exactly was written on the paper. The driver managed to keep driving for a little while longer, but then something unexpected happened. The front left driver's side of the big rig started to catch fire. Thick smoke was pouring out from underneath the big rig. The sight was definitely alarming. The driver of the truck eventually pulled over and followed the officer's commands to get out of the vehicle. He was then taken into custody by the authorities without incident.
Here, and that fires. Yep, here he goes, getting more intense. And is he going to go on the run here? Is he going to listen to officers?
No,
it looks like he's got his hands up.
He's got his hands
Get
up.
away from that vehicle. Get away from that cab.
After some time, the big rig caught fire and was completely destroyed by the flames. In the end, the chase finally came to a close with the truck exploding. Thanks for tuning into this wild and crazy chase. See you next time.